I want to take this opportunity right now to call upon Dr. Chamu Chiwanza, the President of the Affirmative Action Group, to address the conference.
Thank you very much, Dr. Davison Gomo, the Chief Executive Officer of Affirmative Action Group. Makadi mese. And the schools go minduro. Makadi go. Mane chikafu chakanaka basa karakita power. Regarding people remeketse nekuzvinini pisa kwakanyanya ndichigamuchira mutungamiriri akatanga chirongwa che-affirmative action in Zimbabwe. I've always said, hate him or love him, you can't ignore him. The master of flamboyance himself. Ndakadzikwenyaba ndikati ko mazwano ndeipi nemashedza akupfekwa kana pane vanhu zvikanzi flamboyance iyo Ladies and gentlemen, the founder of Affirmative Action Group, Dr. Phillip Chiyangwa. Let me also recognize the presence of my fellow leaders of other organizations who are present here with us today. I see the Grain Millers Association of Zimbabwe chairman, who is also a former Secretary General of Affirmative Action Group, Mr. Tafazwa Msana. Let me also recognize the presence of the former Mashonaland East Regional Chairperson, who is also the Bakers Association of Zimbabwe President, Mr. Wellington Beyama. I've also seen Confederation of Retailers. I'm told they're here. Can they stand up so we can welcome them? Now, can I say something? In AAG, we believe mukupanana manyema. Saka inini ndikuona nasi makakumbuka makatsama vakuru vacho vanouya here makatsama. So please, so can we please welcome again the AAG way? Confederation of Retail. Sumuka murutsa welcome again. That's it. That's more like it. Before I start my presentation, through the powers invested in me by the Constitution of Affirmative Action, Dr. Chiyangwa, there's been an outcry as we build up to this conference, which had to make us convene urgently with the National Executive and say, what should we do? So we have heard your call and heeded your call, and here is my response. For the first time in history of affirmative action, we have created the post of Secretary for Women Development. We believe that if we want to empower the people, we must empower the women first. They are the mothers of the nation. True to the fact that they are our wives, sisters, secretaries, you can call them what they are. And these days they are also CEOs and entrepreneurs. So before I give my speech, I want to make few appointments at this National Conference 2016. Allow me to make an appointment through the National Executive Committee of AAG of Saliwe Njolomi as our new Secretary for Women Development. Can she come forward, please? Dr. Chiyangwa, just to stand up and welcome our new appointments. Let me also introduce to you, by exact power invested in me by the National Executive, the National Deputy Secretary for Women's Development of the Affirmative Action Group, Angeline Makiri from Mashugo Province.
So yes, we now have women in the top executive of affirmative action. And trains empowerment more. There are some few changes, and Harare province is ready. Dr. Gomo, is Harare province ready? Yeah. Let me also introduce to you the new Harare province chapter chairperson, Chidindi. What is his first name? I don't have the paper here. Moses Chidindi. Is he here? Please, can you come forward and be welcomed by the founder to the family of affirmative action. These are all business people in their own rights. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the few appointments that have been made publicly at the National Executive Committee. So please put a round of applause for them and please let me take your seats. And I hope the women's portfolio is going to go a long way in assisting our women. Our women, they need funding, they need money. I see Matsmaya leadership is ZANU PF5. Wapuru Zayana Garapa. ZANU PF Women's League. Yawu Yapano, Vanoda Mari, Vanoda Kubetser, Wanemazano. So we are hoping your leadership is going to transform the organization. Thank you. Let me also observe the presence of one of our founding members, who's also the advisor, one of my advisors, Comrade Jamaya Muduri, Saima Woko. And of course, my two vice presidents, Comrade Edmund Chiyangwa and Comrade Semi Tue, are present with us today. Now, I would like to sincerely apologize for our late start. And as much as the National Executive and my advisors were pleading with me not to say it publicly why I was late, I'm a president of this organization and I've got the powers sometimes kumbutiza uchitaura zvaona nazo. Andizve tanga tichida kuedza kuti tione kuti vakuru vanokwanisa kusvika here. He had a very tight schedule. Ndanzwa kuti chef chaiwo His Excellency ndo vanenge vanzi vadzoka. We are not yet confirmed. Saka panenge pasaitika a serious clash of program. But nevertheless, we are still optimistic. Vanogona kuuya handisive kana vakuru vauya manje vachawana mukana here kuti vauye. But I'm hoping our Honorable Vice President will be here. I would also want to say our choice of inviting the Honorable Vice President was motivated by primarily very few factors. Indigenization and empowerment that the AAG falls under is our line ministry, is a legislation motivated by an act of parliament. And the people who administer an act of parliament is parliament. And the head of parliament business in government is Honorable Vice President. He also happens to be the one who is in charge of the legal framework of the country. And he is also holding very important facets like the cabinet portfolio on food security. So to us, he's a very important man. That is why we opted to invite him. So we are hoping something will still happen. I didn't exactly prepare a speech because I like to speak from the heart. Since the inception of affirmative action, a lot of strides have been made against all odds. Believe it or not, AAG has produced millionaires, and they are there for us to see. Multi-millionaires. Phillip Chiyangwa is a multi-millionaire.
whether you like it or not. So many of them came from this organization, and we're just about to unravel why that is. And in that regard, I also want us to give a clap, a big clap in honor of Chiyangwa's co-founding member, the late Peter Pamire. So we can just clap hands in this recognition. Mr. Director said, the Honorable Minister in his speech has said, AAG is no longer what it used to be. AAG is no longer vibrant as what it used to be. He even went on to mourn the quietness of our founders, that I'm saddened that the founders have become quiet in regard with indigenization and empowerment. Well, I'm the president of AAG, and this is my response, and I hope you will quote me. During the days of Phillip Chiyangwa and Peter Pamire, the politics of the day was in recognition of one president, one power, and that is our patron since 1994, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe. A man that AAG, up to date, we call an icon of empowerment. Now, we can't be seen to be meddling around the politics of our seniors, whereas we are getting a feeling that within the top echelon itself, the legislation is not being spoken in one word. There's no one voice. Now I want to state this very clearly. We are a non-racist organization in our approach. We are non-tribal in our approach. And we are non-factional in our approach. We believe in one thing and one thing alone as the black people of this country. And that will knock the doors of those in government until they are fed up with us. And the simple thing is, we want to be empowered as the natives of this country. Zimbabwe is for Zimbabweans. And we have the first right of refusal. Now we, at this national conference, I would like to also categorically state that you, the politicians in power, here is our position as the black business people of this country. Ndapota atisati taita mari chimbosiya imudhara mukagare muofisi zvekutaura nezvekuzwe chigaro chemunhu aripo SAAG kati pasinazvo. This is the man who brought indigenization to this country, President Mugabe. We as AAG feel he still has got a lot to give to this country. We still has got the energy, intellectual capacity to deliver us to the promised land. We feel we are not yet there. He still has got the mandate of the Constitution. So this is to say as AAG, we endorse the candidature of President Mugabe for life, not until 2019. Controversial as it sounds, yes, that is our endorsement. This is the man we want. We are simply motivated by profits, and right now we don't feel we are getting any. We embrace what the government has done in the past to ensure that its people has been empowered. And yes, like it or not, the government of President Mugabe has done significantly well
in empowering its people. Our women have risen in this country, not just intellectually, but financially. Our youths have risen significantly in this country. Yes, we take cognizance of the fact that we have our fair share of problems economically, sometimes being motivated by obviously the sanctions that the country has been imposed on for almost over a decade now. But we have stayed fast as Zimbabweans, and we are still smiling, we are still on top. I see women wearing expensive clothes, guys wearing expensive suits, and expensive cars parked into the parking lot. And for that, I would like to thank you, Zimbabweans, for your resilience and showing the world that we don't need anyone in this country. We only need but ourselves. When it comes to the issue of empowerment, our heart pumps beyond measure. We will not be pushed, and I want to mention this, I will not be pushed by any force whatsoever to push the organization into any political fights. This is a non-political organization, and it's not apologetic to say we support ZANU-PF. Zwara acheka nyika. The reason is simple. This is the only party since 1980 which has preached about empowerment, pushed for it to become a legislation and a law, even enshrined empowerment into their own manifesto whenever they go for elections. 2013 in ZANU-PF manifesto, indigenization and empowerment was featuring very prominently. But yes, also as an advocacy and a pressure group, we've got the right to ask and question the parties, ZANU-PF and the government, that where are we on the promises that you made on the manifesto? Tiri Papi, are you remembering us as the people who elected you into power? And what have you done for us? We've got the mandate and the right to ask that. And we deserve questions, and we demand questions. My vision for the organization going forward is to play a very crucial role in ensuring that Zimbabwe gets back to its African basket status that we used to have. I want to say it will be different, obviously, from the past, because the mighty bread basket here in 1980s, it was not an economy run by the black people. Yes, the government of the black people was in power, but it was largely controlled in the world. So now, we are pushing to make sure that we go back on top as the black people, because we believe that this is why the war veterans went to war. They wanted to ensure that the country is empowered, its people are free economically, socially, in any other way you would like to think of. And as such, as AAG, we also state our support and recognize our war veterans of this country for the contribution they have made for the country. We salute you. You are the pillars of empowerment. You deserve all the recognition and the respect in this country. Now we seek a win-win situation between ourselves and government and the executive. We want to have a win-win situation. Our call to government is, we are here. Work with us. Work with the AAG. Work with the business people of this country. That is the only way that this country can surely succeed. And we also want to say, on the complaints that I receive every day in my office from the members of AAG, kunyanya vaneta matenda na anyway, my chief executive officer is a Parastate House, and this I hope His Excellency will get. Which government are they saving? Which master are they saving? Our parastatals have become the enemy of our own government that they're supposed to be saving. We see them every day. My chief executive officer whining and dining with the white people. Even tenders that local people can do. All these companies that you can name, these parastatals, they prefer dealing with the white people. And we know the reason why they do that. It's because of another kickbacks. At the expense of your people. It's all cosmetic. Hello. The MTC. Hello. All this newspaper, flight attendant, it's all cosmetic. Hello, thank you. I was saying, you maintain that no go go fly twice. It's all very much cosmetic. Pano zusana kwenu wakutendwa, tenda yato winwa kare. Kana mari tenda yato chigiwa kare. So we are saying to government, we are watching you very, very closely. Especially Bama Road Takataiza. We want to see full participation of our members. They've got the capacity, and they've got every moving equipment. Yango machine yekutakura ivune checha chete because matenda chayo atwapiwi. They don't want to give us. They only think kuti pakangono was started with Chiwanza chete. Apasisina professionalism. Well, let me say this: professionalism sometimes comes from experience. Without experience, we will not get to the level that you want. You can't compete with Siski. You Siski yakambovaga can't compensate. You won't start against Mazamuri, Ukadoma. They will just have to find other people to do those tenders. The black people must be a first priority. Don't marry tender roads, but introduction of boat roads is a sign that we have failed somewhere to control the money. Yes, the money is not ours, but there must be ways of empowering our people. It's also a challenge to the women. Banono Munza, Mbacha, Nana China, Nana Dubai, we like the clothes. But please, Manzimai, Chimbo, Chiti, China, actually, Muno, Zimbabwe. Itai, my factory, Muna, also Nambacha, that don't take a Muno. We can't keep on supporting other people's economies. They actually set structures. My factory, I don't say what the factory, not take us to Africa. And it's sure ma-Africans munotomhanya kuya kuzotenga. Koma China acho achauya riniko kuzotenga zvamunoitawo imimi. VekuDubai vachauya riniko kuzoya kuzotengawo imimi zvamunonge muchisonawo imimi. So we want Zimbabwe grown solutions to our problems. Are you with me? I can't hear you. Are you with me? Yes. So we'll continue to pressure, but we'll pressure the style. That this is our minister. At this just because money will be very tactful. What's one of our series will faction faction. So we are very careful what we say. And we move with precision. So AAG has not been quiet. No. We have just been moving, but with precision. It's no longer time to make noise in the newspapers for us. We want tangible results. We want to see change in waiting on my business. I don't know why. Tinemi. Hey. I can go on and on and on and on about indigenization and empowerment. Lest I start to step on other people's toes. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like us to all stand up. Tisimuketese, because we come to a very important part of our proceedings. Chakumbira vachiyangwa navanzove vauye zvavo pamberi navamuduri step apa tikaikuya vakomana vachimhanya kunotora chitupa
FIFA.
We would have loved to go on, but for the benefit of time, Chiyangwa wane mwana ari kuchata mangwana ku South Africa. Vanofana kusumuka indi tinofana kuvaperekedzawo saasawira kunopembera mwana. Yes. Dr. Chiyangwa, tida kuti chipo chatakabata ichi, we have given the same certificate to His Excellency the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe. That was the first one. The second one, we gave it to the leader of EFF, Julius Malema. It was then Honorable Superman Wanzila was the president. And our third, nominated by this national conference, I will read it. Honorary Life Member Certificate, Affirmative Action Group. This is to certify that Honorable Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, Vice President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, has been made an honorary life member of Affirmative Action Group. This certificate is given in honor of his lifelong contribution to the nation of Zimbabwe, given under the authority of the National Executive Committee on December 2, 2016 Harare, signed by myself and Dr. Go. Takukutuma is a national executive. monotipirawo baba vamunangagwa vatadza kusvikawo pano on time asi chitupa chavo ndechichi motipa chipo chedu. aiwa ipai chipo chokumbira kuna vice president zvakare. Panga pafanirwa kunge pane cake signing ceremony. Svikai kuno chef muone cake. Fambai. Fambai. There's supposed to be a cake signing ceremony. I would have loved the cake to be beamed on the screens. Is that possible? Can you beam them so that one should have on the cake? Ndechachidyiwa nemunhu wese pano nhasi. Zve-AAG ndezvemari, usafunga kuti fidza ndiwe chete zvinoita zvekeshi.